Hi, welcome back. I have another story for you today. I wonder what you are going to think about it. It is a beautiful forest green book. And who is on the cover of the book? That's right, it's Danny the donkey. I love Danny the donkey. And where is Danny the donkey going? He looks like he's going to school. I agree. And he's going pretty fast, isn't he? How does Danny feel? What do you think? How does it look like he feels? Happy, sad, angry, sick? What do you think? I agree. He doesn't look happy. He doesn't look angry. He looks sad, maybe frustrated. I wonder why. Shall we read the book and find out? Let's get started. Danny the donkey is late for school. Written by Amelia C. Işıtan. Story illustrated by Hakan Boğa and Altay Sanbay. Activity illustrated by Feyza Nur Köksal. For Frank, the coolest man on wheels. Danny the donkey was always on time for school. Normally, he didn't take the school bus because he lived close to the school. Instead, each morning, Danny wheeled to school on the sidewalk in his wheelchair. He was always at school and ready for breakfast at 9 o'clock. Danny liked his morning routine. He loved the fresh morning air. And saying hello to his neighbors. Hi! Today was no different. It was Monday. The May weather was wonderful. On his way to school, he stopped to say hello to his neighbor, Cindy the seal. He smelled the beautiful roses in her garden. Cindy had yellow, pink, red, and white roses. His favorite were the red roses. After smelling the roses and saying goodbye to Cindy, goodbye, Danny continued on his way to school. A few blocks from school, Danny faced a problem. A car was parked in front of the handicapped accessible ramp. How would Danny get around the car? The sidewalk was too high to roll off of. Besides, Danny didn't want to go into the busy street because it was dangerous. So Danny waited for the driver to come back. He waited and he waited. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Finally, the driver came back and moved his car. That day, Danny the donkey was 20 minutes late for school. He had missed breakfast, but he was on time for chess class. Mr. Cowell helped him to class. He didn't know that Danny was hungry. Oh, it was hard for Danny to think. He was so hungry. All he could think about was food. All the chess pieces looked like breakfast. Penny the Penguin won each game of chess that day. The next day, on Tuesday, Danny was determined to make it to school on time. He got up early and got ready in 10 minutes. He blew his mama a kiss and raced out the door. He couldn't be late today. He raced past Cindy the Seal, not stopping to smell her roses. Huh? Oh, Danny. Racing down the sidewalk, he was nearly at the school when suddenly he hit a very large pothole. Danny's tire popped. Pop. What would Danny do now? Luckily, he had an idea. Danny pulled out a piece of gum. He chewed and chewed. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Then he smushed his gum over the hole in his tire and pumped air back into it. Danny hurried to school, but once again, Danny was 20 minutes late for school. He had missed breakfast again. Mr. Cowell was starting to worry about Danny. Today was Tuesday. On Tuesday mornings, Danny's class had gym. So Danny went straight to gym class. But Danny didn't have the energy to race in gym class today. He had already raced to school, and he was hungry. It wasn't fair. Danny was smart. He was very good at chess. He was a wonderful guitar player. Danny was very strong. Normally, he could beat everyone in a race. But not when he was hungry or tired. Danny knew what he needed to do. He needed to ask for help. So Danny talked to Mr. Cowell. He told him why he had been late for 2 days. Mr. Cowell was surprised and sad. "I wish you would have told me sooner," said Mr. Cowell. He gave Danny a sandwich, and he promised to help him. Yee! On Wednesday morning, Danny opened his door to go to school. There in his garden stood his entire class waiting for him. Today, they were going to walk to school together. They had a few more surprises, too. Aww. The whole class started to walk to school. On the way, they stopped at Cindy the Seal's house, said hello, and smelled her roses. Along the road, Daisy the dog, Robert the rabbit, and Ginny the giraffe posted signs on trees and handed out flyers, asking no one to park in front of handicapped accessible ramps. When they came to the giant pothole, Mr. Cowell the Owl and Ryan the Rhino carried Danny the Donkey over it. But that wasn't a permanent solution. So Penny the Penguin mixed the cement that Katy the Kangaroo had pulled in Maggie's little red wagon. Then Brian the Lion and Con the Congo poured it into the pothole. Danny the Donkey, his friends, and Mr. Cowell arrived at the school at 9 o'clock. They were on time. Danny was very happy and excited to eat breakfast with his friends. "Thank you all for helping me. You are very good friends," he said. "You're welcome," said Mr. Cowell. "We all need help sometimes." The end. Oh, I loved this book. Did you? Why was Danny the donkey upset in this picture? He was sad and angry, very frustrated, wasn't he? That's right, he was late for school. And what happened when Danny the donkey was late for school? That's right, he would miss breakfast. Why is breakfast important? It gives you energy, it makes us be able to concentrate, it keeps us nice and strong. Breakfast is very important. So why was Danny the donkey late? Was there something that he did? He didn't do anything to make himself late. He left at the same time. He did everything right. But what happened? A car parked in front of the ramp that he used to go to school. And then the sidewalk had a pothole in it, and it popped his tire. So what did Danny do to solve this problem? That's right. He talked to Mr. Cow the Owl and asked for help. Sometimes there are some problems that we cannot solve by ourselves. We have to talk to our mom or our dad, our teachers, maybe the policeman or the firefighters, depending on the problem. We all need help. Sometimes your mommy will need help. Sometimes your daddy will need help. Sometimes your teacher will need help. And so will your friends. Some of us need more help than others. Danny is very smart. Danny is very strong. But he's in a wheelchair. And sometimes he needs extra help. And it's our job as good people, as friends, as neighbors, to help people who need help. Well, I have homework for you again today. I would like you to go out and help someone. Who can you help today? All right? I'm very proud of you. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.